guys, it's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an excellent start to your new year. Bitcoin absolutely smashing record highs. We broke even just another high this morning as I was getting ready to film this video. Bitcoin got all the way up to around $29,687. A lot of you have been asking, where have you been, K-Dub? It has been absolutely crazy in the markets. Well, I have been traveling. As you guys can tell, I'm not in my studio right now, but I had to bring you a super quick update. We need to talk about the amazing, phenomenal year that Bitcoin has had. In fact, historical Bitcoin prices on New Year's Day have not even come close to the $29,400 level that we just had this morning. So congratulations to all of the hodlers. As rough as 2020 was, it was an amazing year for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and congratulations to everyone that took the dive and hodled. You earned it. Give yourself a pat on the back. I mean, it wasn't easy holding all these years, but we did it. But now there is that potential fear of what could happen next. Is Bitcoin starting to have a bit of a top right here? Could we be looking for that major correction? Now, just keep in mind, a 30% correction from where we are right now would only really bring us back to the 20K level. So I really wouldn't be freaking out that much. I mean, I would be happy to buy some Bitcoin back around 20K again. But what I want to discuss in today's video is the possibility of Bitcoin hitting the 400,000 or even 500,000. $500,000. Could that possibly be in the cards for Bitcoin? So I want to show you some sort of realistic reasons why that actually could be possible. And I also want to discuss my number one bet for 2021. I think this is going to be hands down the best performing asset, and it's not just an altcoin, it's actually an entire ecosystem. And I know some of you out there already guessed it, so we're gonna go into all that today. And also, if you guys have not checked out my updated Bybit tutorial that I put out yesterday, you need to check it out. It is absolutely one of the best videos I have ever made. It is long overdue. My previous Bybit video was a year and a half ago. They've come out with so many new features, so many great upgrades compared to what they used to have, and not to mention, there is an exclusive bonus offer just for CryptoZombie members right now happening. If you want to get up to $200, $100 in the reward hub, and an extra $100 for just being a CryptoZombie subscriber, check out the link below in the description, and also just go check out the video. It's a super informative video, obviously not recommended necessarily for beginners, but I did work pretty hard on it, so check that video out, guys. I'm very proud of that one. But without further ado, we need to dive into the meat and potatoes of the video, which is the fact that Bitcoin has gone absolutely buck wild. Now, interestingly enough, looking at this amazing green yearly candle that we just put in, it has been an incredible ride. But here's the crazy part. This is a logarithmic scale. Look what happens if I actually switch this to just the standard scale. My goodness, that is insane. Look at that green candle. We literally, from bottom to top, and this isn't even counting the wick, we are up 300%, which means Bitcoin did a 4x. And if you want to see some craziness, if you actually bought at the bottom, you would have had a 644% increase for Bitcoin. So what other asset in the world is performing like that? I know it's not gold, regardless of what Peter Schiff may have to say. Now, having a look right here, what an amazing year. You could see right here, we started at around that $7,200 level. And honestly, this thing has just gone parabolic. It has been an absolute beast. We have seen publicly traded companies putting Bitcoin on their balance sheets, Bitcoin getting legitimized, the pipes, the infrastructure being built, right? I mean, it's almost difficult to do TA on this thing. We're basically just going straight up, which is a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. I do have a little bit of caution that needs to be exercised. We are approaching some critical levels. You can see right here, we did break out of this ascending, it was actually an ascending triangle. And yeah, I mean, potentially if we do break down, we do have this resistance right here, which, you know, could act as some support. If we break down lower, we may find ourselves back here in this channel, which still puts us above the $20,000 level. Right now, you can see we might have this drop. This is an ascending wedge. typically a bearish pattern, but we are in a bullish trend, and the trend is your friend until the end. So I wouldn't really be ruling out another move to the upside just yet. And don't mind me, guys, I was drawing on this a little bit earlier in preparation for this, because I have to keep today's video super short because I am kind of a little bit busy right now. But you can see that we did have beautiful support right here on the 21 exponential once, beautiful support right here again the second time, and I would expect this to have a little bit of a curve, something like this, and we may come down and retest that again. Absolute worst case scenario would be the 200 weekly moving average, but I don't think it's even remotely close for the time for us to be looking into that just yet. And this is what we need to talk about before we move on to the top project, the top altcoin pick, in my opinion, for 2021. But we need to talk about the case for the $500,000 Bitcoin. This came from Tyler Winklevoss. Now, I'm not going to go into this, 100%. There's a lot of stuff to go over. Obviously, he talks about money printing, M2 money stock, Federal Reserve balance sheet, which has been going absolutely insane lately. I mean, why would you even want to be holding US dollars right now? I have no idea. But you can see if you scroll way down here, while gold is the classic inflation hedge, there are compelling reasons why Bitcoin is poised to take its mantle. Number one, we go into supply. Bitcoin is not just a scarce commodity, it's the only known commodity in the universe that has a deterministic and fixed supply. As a result, Bitcoin is not subject to any potential positive supply shocks that gold or any commodity may have in the future. Bitcoin is the first commodity in the universe where supply does not follow demand. Demand for Bitcoin does not and cannot expand its supply. Bitcoin is also superior if you compare to gold. I mean, just look at this chart right here. Obviously, scarcity, fixed, durability, much better. Portability, I mean, try sending a bar of gold across the world. Are you kidding me? Much more divisible, easier to store. You definitely can't have any counterfeit Bitcoin. It's impossible. I mean, unless we're talking Bitcoin Cash or something like that. But I mean, as far as a Bitcoin on the network, you can't send me fake Bitcoin, right? And adoption is incredibly low. There is so much more room to grow when you have a look at the market cap. They go on to say inflation is coming. Money stored in a bank will get run over. Money invested in assets like real estate or the stock market will keep pace. Money stored in gold or Bitcoin will outrun the scourge. And of course, money stored in Bitcoin will run the fastest, overtaking gold. Bitcoin has already made a significant ground on gold, going from a white paper to a $550 billion market cap in just under a decade. Today, the market cap of above ground gold is around 9 trillion. If we are right about our gold framework to value Bitcoin and it does continue on this path, then the bull case scenario for Bitcoin is that it is undervalued by a multiple of 45. So if we have a look at that, and compare that to where it is and consider it could have gone up 45x from where it was at the time of making this article, which was only when Bitcoin was around $200 billion market cap, puts our ultimate Bitcoin price at $500,000 per Bitcoin. So there you go, Tyler Winklevoss. If you have any issues, you can argue with him, but let's say for people who are thinking that they're too late for Bitcoin, K-Dub, it is just too late for Bitcoin. I just feel like I missed the boat. What other projects, what else can I invest in out there? Well, Ethereum is always a great bet, right? That is a great alternative, but guys, I have been talking about one project on my channel for quite some time, and that is Polkadot. Polkadot for me is the #1 altcoin for 2021. Anyone who does not have Polkadot exposure, well, I feel bad for you because it is going to be a massive explosive year. You can see right here, in fact, that Polkadot actually briefly last night overtook Litecoin. It did flip back. It dropped by about 200 million, but it has blown Bitcoin Cash out of the water for the #6 spot. The only coins above it are Litecoin, XRP, Tether, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, and I think that it is literally just getting started. Now, I told you guys that we were forming this asymmetrical triangle, and I said we're gonna have a breakout soon. I told people multiple times, anything under $6 is a steal, and we actually shattered it and went all the way up to $9.50. And I think this is just the beginning. Now, keep in mind, I had mentioned Polkadot way back in June of last year, but here's the thing. It's not just Polkadot, It is the Polkadot ecosystem. You can see right here, a little bit farther in the video, I actually go on to mention Kusama. Now, Kusama is the canary network for Polkadot, and at the time of making this video, it was $5.34. I told you I was buying Kusama. I told you what Kusama was going to be in relationship to Polkadot, and if we have a look today, look at that, $67, guys. That is over an 11x from the time that I made the video, and I think Kusama is going to be a huge component. They are the canary, the almost like test network, right? So whereas you have to go through these crazy proposals and everything else over on Polkadot, Kusama will be that test net, and I think eventually it could evolve into its own network as well. So do keep your eyes on that. But specifically, having a look at the overview of the Polkadot ecosystem, and this chart is actually like 6 months old. I don't even have an updated chart. Look already how this ecosystem is booming. Not to mention, look at some of the projects on this chart right here. They were some of the most successful, hottest pumping, projects of the year, right? You can see right here, you have ChainX, Darwinia, obviously Ocean. I mentioned Ocean. We talked about that. Kilt isn't even out yet, and they have so much more coming out in the future. And I just wanted to break down this super quick roundup from Gavin Wood because he really broke it down well, and then we'll get on out of here. So this is just some of the crazy accomplishments that Polkadot was able to achieve just last year alone. So over 2020, more than 200 projects have been funded between the grants, programs, and treasuries. In Kusama's year or so of being alive, its treasury, meanwhile, has funded 40 proposals. At the time of writing, 1.02 billion DOT, which exists on the Polkadot network, out of that, 63% is currently locked into staking. So there are some major whales right now in Polkadot that are not looking to sell. They are staking. They are hodling for the long run. Polkadot has become the #1 network for staking by value staked in its 6 short months of existence. Now, yes, we do have ETH 2.0 coming out right now, but getting back to Polkadot, it is the first and foremost, they say, a heterogeneous sharded multi-chain. One of Polkadot's chief aims is to facilitate interoperability. If you guys have been watching my channel, you know I am a huge fan, a huge proponent for interoperability, right? We have all these blockchains out there and they don't have the capability of talking to each other. It's data silos, data islands, right? This is what Polkadot is going to solve, both between its own constituent parachain shards and with chains and platforms which are native to Polkadot. Here is the biggest part. Ethereum remains a key system for development of smart contracts. We know that. We're not trying to say, forget Ethereum. Ethereum is just an old clunky thing. No, they are looking at them as both networks that are going to perform well and grow. So you have Frontier, right, which allows any substrate chain and thus also Polkadot parachains to appear exactly as an Ethereum chain in most important ways, specifically in terms of EVM smart contracts and other tools like MetaMask and Truffle, etc. The compatibility means that projects such as Moonbeam and Akala and others can provide complete Ethereum compatibility with their developer base and users while still being Polkadot native. This is massive. This means that you don't have to worry about, now I got to rewrite everything. No, it's going to be 100% compatible. In addition to this compatibility, 2 interchain bridges have been under heavy development during 2020, both expected to launch early this year. One, my friends, is for Bitcoin mainnet developed by Interlay, and the other is for the Ethereum mainnet developed by Snowfork. Also, we have Substrate 2.0, which was the long-awaited upgrade for Parity's groundbreaking blockchain development, was released in the fall of last year. With it came a number of important overhauls, possibly the biggest being the introduction of off-chain workers. This opens the door to all sorts of opportunities from, are you guys ready for this? This is what I'm excited about. Oracles and actuators to back-end storage, encryption, and more. So we're going to have oracles on Polkadot. And if you don't think that, and look, I'm all for Chainlink, guys, Link Marines, let's do it. But actually, if we scroll down, you actually notice that, Chainlink has also been interested in Polkadot as well. Polkadot has over 100 parachains in development with over 50 seeking full parachain slots. Equilibrium released the initial version of their IPFS integration for Substrate's off-chain workers. Here's an interesting thing. MetaMask, plugin for Polkadot by Node Factory. You can now use unmodified by any Substrate-based chain, which makes the use of Ethereum compatibility layer Frontier. This project works the other way around, modifying MetaMask with a snap, i.e. a plugin, so it works directly with Substrate's RPC. And here you go right here, what I just said. We've seen some household names from other ecosystems committed to the Polkadot network. Chainlink, okay, chose Polkadot as its next network after Ethereum, and so did Gitcoin. Polkadot is now the second most active DeFi ecosystem after Ethereum and growing fast, and has also had the most developer traction and stickiness out of any next generation protocol. In addition to this, the next major version of Substrate version 3.0 is likely to be released in the first half of next year, which will bring full Ethereum compatibility, the new and improved and much more idiomatic frame palette API, faster database backend, and end-to-end weight system. So guys, this is why, for me, Polkadot is the #1 hold, and not just Polkadot, but also Polkadot projects. I think Polkadot projects are going to be so hot in 2021. I think that's going to be the space to look. I think, we had our DeFi boom. DeFi will still do well. But for me, I'm focusing on Polkadot, Polkadot, Polkadot. Okay? I don't know if I stressed that enough for you. Polkadot ecosystem, Polkadot oracles, Polkadot compatibility projects, Polkadot privacy, you name it, that's where we're looking. And as the network continues to grow, I do believe that the main coin, Polkadot itself, is also going to go up in value as well. In fact, compared to the price today, you can see that, yes, it has had a little bit of a pullback. We are sitting at around $8.48, and I personally think that we are going to see a $100 Polkadot by the end of its major run, or at least when Bitcoin hits its all-time high. So, and that's just, that's on the low end, okay? We're talking, a little over a 10x from here. I mean, 848, I can't do the math in my head. What is that? 11, I can't even do the math. It's a little less than that. But if Bitcoin 10x's, this is going to 35, maybe even 40x. So that's it for me today, guys. Let me know. Maybe I'm a little too bit excited about this, but I have been talking about it all year, and it's just one of those things that, it was there. It was time to accumulate and accumulate and accumulate, and now I think we're finally having that breakout move that we've been waiting for. And yeah, so that's it for me today, guys. Thank you for coming back to the channel. And yeah, of course, if you have not checked out my Bybit tutorial, you definitely need to check it out. It is the best tutorial I have made on Bybit, well overdue for a year and a half. Check it out if you guys want to make money, because if you do think Bitcoin price is going to go down, well, you can also short Bitcoin, and I show you how to do that as well. They will be popping up right over here right now. Check them out. Until next time, stay crypto, and of course, my friends, peace out.